Hello class, we will continue with our lessons in MySQL command being executed through Python interface. In the last class, we have seen how to give various kinds of Python commands, SQL commands from the Python programming. And we have mainly given the SQL commands related to select command using select. That means mainly we have done the queries. But it is not only the queries that we can execute through the Python programming. If we want to, we can make use of the other commands of MySQL. For example, you can use insert command to insert actually a row or a tuple in the original table from Python. You can update, also you can remove, and also you can alter a table if you want to. If you remember, we have done alter command in between of your work if you want to add a new column or delete a column from a table. Those kinds of commands can also be executed through Python programming. That's what we are going to see today. But before that, I would show you one more interesting thing, that if you remember in the query, there are two methods I told you. One was using the percentage sign, parameterized query. And when you use parameterized query, we used basically the curly bracket, if you remember. That was another way of doing. And, the first method I showed you this way, if you remember. Say the command is select star from faculty, okay? Select star from faculty, where say I wanted to write fname equal to whatever. So this part basically we left it onto the user by putting a placeholder like this. This was my parameterized query. And what we did after this, we provided the value by writing a variable, but it will come in the form of a tuple, if you remember, right? So this nm is user's input. So depending on user's choice, we can have the query here. So the value basically, and this has to be within a pair of single quotation mark, because name, some f name has to be alphanumeric value or non-numeric value. So it has to come within a pair of single quotation mark. This is one of the methods you have learned. Another method you have learned by using curly bracket. And then we made use of the function format. Now, what I wanted to tell you today, that it is not the value which you can leave on the user. You can in fact leave the field name. Field name also can be chosen by the user in a query. That is also quite possible. Fine. In fact, you will be even more surprised to know that you can even leave the table name. Okay, before this, look at this. I did not use the table name anywhere. I just imported SQL connector. I made my connection object. Okay, you know how to write this connect. I did not write the full thing here. Then we have taken one MYC, one cursor object. Okay, that's what I've done. So I did not mention here. You need to mention the database name, but I did not mention the table name anywhere. Now, from the database, which table to work on, that also you can, if you want to, you can leave it onto the user. So this table name, this field name, okay, or the column name, in fact, the operator which you are using, everything can be left it onto the user to choose. So it is not only the value of a query can be leave it onto the user, which we pass it through parameterized query, which we call parameterized query, and through parameters, but other things also can be left it onto the user. I will show you a small example. Say I have a table here called faculty, okay, and in this faculty table we have, say there are three fields, fname, fid, subject. There are two text kind of fields or non-numeric fields. So I've taken say character 30, character 20 here, and this field is the integer. So when I was writing the program, I thought that I would provide two kinds of query facility to the user. One, he can do the query on the basis of the faculty name and on the basis of the subject. So obviously here the other operators will not come. Here only the equality operator can only come, because subject, say I might look for a particular subject, or I might look for a particular faculty name. Okay, so here, since my choice is between faculty name and subject, what you can do here, look at this carefully, you can represent the field also or the column also by another slash s. Okay, and So ultimately it stands like this: select star from faculty where star s equal to percentage s equal to percentage s. Now what can happen is you can beforehand ask the value from the user, okay, input whatever, choose the column, okay, choose the column, I'm writing in short, choose the column, and you can write nm input, choose the value or enter the value. Fine. So two things are input here. One is column, one is nm. And what you can do here is, look at this, when I will provide the value, so I have to provide the value for the column at first. So I will write here col, which I have input, and then I will write comma nm. Because you know the values are provided after the double quotation mark when we form the string, query string. We write the double quotation mark, then we put a percentage, and then we write a tuple basically. The tuple basically contains all the values which are to be passed on. So what will happen? Call this particular value will replace this percentage holder percentage s placeholder, and nm will replace this placeholder. One thing we have to remember here, that if we want a parameterized kind of arrangement for the columns, okay, if we want that user to, if we want the user to select that, then that column name will never come within a pair of quotation, like the value here. Say I was intending to put either f name or subject name. So f name or subject name, by all means it will be a non-numeric value. So that is why this value is basically embraced within a pair of single quotation mark. But look at this, this is also a string, but I did not put it within single quotation mark. The column name, if we want to represent by percentage s in a query, or the operator sign, if you want to represent by another percentage s, or the table name, if we want to leave that one to onto user, these all things, for these all things, this particular rule is not applicable. That is, embracing percentages by single quotes or double quotation mark, you don't have to do. You just write simply the percentage sign, percentage and s. So look at this, I did not do it. So what will happen here? I provided the column. I wrote the COL first. So COL will replace the first placeholder. NM will replace the second placeholder. So this is how I can leave it onto the user to select a column. So user can select the column fname or subject, whatever he wants, and he can provide a value according to his choice. That is the advantage. But what I was talking about, that if you want, you can write a percentage sign to choose the table also. That is also possible. So write here percentage s, but do not write the quotation mark I told you. Okay. And if you want this also to be replaced, here also you put like this. Fine. But you have to remember here the value cannot be anything other than text or non-numeric, because you embraced it within a pair of double quotation mark. It is like when you take an integer value only to be passed. That rule we have to remember, nothing much. And here while giving the values, imagine I input beforehand the table name. So I took a variable tb and I input choose the table. Okay, I took another variable, imagine op beforehand, and I said you input the operator that you want to use for the query. Okay, these all things I have done beforehand by two variables, op and tb. Now this s is to be replaced by the table name, because first comes in this whole query, first comes the table name. So I will write tb at first, then comes the column name. So I will write obviously col. Okay, that means I have to maintain the order.